Kaitlan Collins couldn't take Donald Trump seriously, and he said he would be fine with being behind bars if convicted in his criminal case. The idea that Donald Trump would actually want to go to jail is ridiculous. Anyone who knows him knows that he doesn't even like to stay in a hotel when he goes on foreign trips, when he wouldn't as president. It was a whole thing to actually get him to stay overnight in places, the CNN star, 32, said. So this idea that he actually does want to do this for the optics perspective, I mean, when you speak to his closest advisors and allies, they'll say that's completely far-fetched. Do they think it would work to their advantage? Maybe politically, but I do think Donald Trump heeding this is something that you never see Donald Trump do, which is actually words. And he keeps acknowledging that every time he goes into that courtroom, even if he is lying about what the gag order actually says, he can and cannot do, he is being careful, she continued. On Monday, May 6, Judge Juan Merchan found the former president, 77, in contempt after ruling he violated the order for the 10th time. Merchan said though he doesn't want to send Trump to jail, he might have to. And frankly, you know what? Our Constitution is much more important than jail, Trump said in response to Merchan. It's not even close. I'll do that sacrifice any day. As OK previously reported, some of Trump's inner circle claimed he would never make it out alive in jail. In her Substack newsletter, Donald's niece Mary Trump wrote about the ex-president's New York criminal hush money trial and what the outcome might look like. In the last hearing, the prosecution suggested that Donald was actually angling to go to jail. I find that hard to believe, she shared. He may like to portray himself as a tough guy, but imagine him alone in a cell, cut off from the world, without his phone. He couldn't handle it for one night, the psychologist continued. In another interview, Mary laughed at the thought of her uncle having his freedom taken away from him. You seriously think that guy, you know, Mr. Hair Product and Bronzer, wants to be in a jail cell overnight? She continued on the Back Room with Andy Ostroy podcast. Without any of his products and without his cell phone? Are you kidding? Imagine what he's going to look like in the morning.